All right, 100% of the precincts reporting now, and we have a better look at how specifically Chicago voted.
Yeah, and joining us now to break down those numbers is research and public policy analyst, Frank Calabrese. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Really excited.
So I want you to start by just telling people your role in all of this in the last election and how you kind of became to
the ward guru. Right?
After every census, they redraw the ward boundaries.
Right.
And I was hired as a consultant by the city council to redraw the ward boundaries. And there's a lot of consideration, demographics, but also these aldermen, they have to vote in the map, so they want wards so they can win. And a lot of aldermen did very well in the election.
All right, we're looking at the map right now. Take us through who voted for which candidate, and what does that tell you about how it's going to look as we go to the runoff in April?
So Paul Vallas did really well. He surpassed a lot of expectations. He got about a third of the vote, and he did best in the Mount Greenwood area in the southwest side of the 19th Ward. There were some precincts where he got 85% of the vote. That's a lot when there's 9 people on the ballot. Lori Lightfoot was getting about 1 or 2% in some of those precincts. And he also won in kind of similar areas around Midway, the northwest side, where we have a lot of city workers, a lot of police and firefighters. And he also won a lot of wealthy areas around the downtown area. Lincoln Park and also North Center, he did very well.
Lincoln Square, I think, was another area that he also won.
What about Brandon Johnson?
Brandon Johnson, he did best in Logan Square. Logan Square, he was getting 50% in that area. Lori Lightfoot's precinct, he got 50%. Lori Lightfoot only got 15%. The mayor lives in
You said there was one ward where she only got 1% of the vote?
Well, there was the 19th ward. There were some precincts where she was getting 1%. I had to double check those numbers, and also she was getting 2% in some precincts on the northwest side. And so Brandon Johnson, he did very well in areas that you would consider kind of more liberal, more progressive. So the upper lakefront, you're looking at Rogers Park, you're looking at Uptown. He did very well, and of course. Logan Square, Humboldt Park, that's really the core.
So those are areas that are heavily Latino areas, right?
Yes.
But the turnout in those wards was fairly low. Looking forward to the runoff election, are you concerned about sort of how Latinos and the black community will be represented or will turn out to vote coming up in that election?
So it looks like Latino vote, again, some of the mail ballots are still out, but it looks like Latino vote was actually down.
Yeah.
The black wards was a little stagnant, not down really, but just kind of where it was. And then you do have some increase in some white working class areas where Paul Vallas did well.
Just a couple more questions on the mayor's race, but I also want to hear your input on the ward races here. But so Vallas essentially doubled Johnson's vote total here. Do you think that gap is going to widen, or will it narrow running into April?
So Johnson can build a coalition, I think. Chicago, it's a big liberal democratic city, and it's a majority-minority city. Johnson has the opportunity to coalesce around minority voters, more liberal voters.
But they didn't turn out to vote, though.
Well, remember, Paul Vallas, he got 33%. He didn't get 50%. So it's going to be a competitive election. I think either candidate can win. Paul Vallas does have a leg up because he did get more votes. He got about 33, 34%, and Johnson got about 20, 21%.
Okay. Out of all the numbers that you've crunched, everything that you've seen, what surprised you the most? Was there a ward that you were like, whoa, this did not go the way I thought it would?
Chinatown really surprised me the most. So
the 11th ward?
Yes, the 11th ward. McKinley Park and Chinatown, where you have a lot of Asian majority precincts.
And Latino as well in that area.
Right, but I'm talking specifically about the Chinese precincts voted heavily for Paul Vallas. 80, 85, 75% in these precincts. And there's a lot of concern about crime in that community, and so I think that's what kind of drove a lot of that vote. But some of Paul Vallas's best precincts were in those Asian precincts in McKinley Park and Chinatown.
We'll see if Nicole Lee is able to hold on.
Yeah, she's in a tough race. She's about tied in her race.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Fascinating conversation. Thanks for filling us in on the nitty-gritty as it comes to the wards and how they all voted. Thanks, Frank.
Thank you so much.